Let's take a look at how Goldhorn operates the time alignment factor of processing. In the time screen, you'll see it in milliseconds, or you can switch to centimeters, but for me, I use a calculator, and I'll share what that looks like. I use a tuning companion spreadsheet. I'll put the link in. What you're simply going to do here is put the inches from the seating position. When you're taking your left ear and your right ear, you could either measure both and then just divide for the average, or you can simply just measure as if it was the direct center of your head. So my center tweeter and center mid-range are 45 inches away, and then you can see that this one here is like 74 inches. I'm calling it mid-range here, but really it's actually the back parcel shelf speaker where the factory sub used to go. So the way time alignment works is that the furthest speaker becomes the reference point with which all speakers will be distanced acoustically by delaying them. So that's what delay in milliseconds refers to. It's the time difference at the speed of sound that you would go from, say, this distance to, let's say, the left parcel shelf is 66 inches. So these two have a time difference of 0.59 milliseconds. Cars are all about compromising in the audio space. So passengers, they're not going to hear the same thing you hear, which is a perfectly centered image, assuming you get everything tuned in right. But that's okay. Goldhorn has, it's almost magic. I hate to over promote it. I mean, I don't sell Goldhorn. I'm an enthusiast of running these products. It sounds good everywhere in my car. The entire intent of the design is that, yes, your driver's seat is going to sound amazing, especially when you get everything tuned in like you should. Passengers, they still get a really good experience. The way SkyAtom works, everybody's still going to have a good time in your car, assuming you've got everything else in check. So time alignment, critical thing to do. You're going to take these numbers, drop them in your Goldhorn channels. My right surround here is my furthest speaker, and then again it has the 0 milliseconds. The other speakers now have different delays, and again it's just based off that chart that we saw, but it's not exactly the chart. The way we get an image just right is actually take the time to listen to the car and make the changes live after you get kind of a ballpark with these delays typed in. Also, Goldhorn is not stupid precise with delay. It's acceptably precise. It's every 0.02 millisecond. Bear in mind if it's 2.49 on the chart, you decide if it's going to be 2.48 or 2.5. Not a big deal. I doubt you could hear the difference, but it's just something to keep in mind. I recommend doing this step pretty early after you set up your speakers, after you set up your bass volumes or bass SPL for your lows, mids, highs. When you're thinking about this, time alignment determines phase. If you start measuring all the parts of your system out and your time alignment's off, it's not a big deal if you're measuring one speaker at a time, but it becomes a huge deal if you start measuring all your front speakers at once, because if they're out of time, out of alignment, then the phase differences will start appearing as weird ridges, peaks, dips, and that's not good. So put time alignment as probably the second or third major thing you do in your setup process.